Hello again. In previous lecture, what we did, we created our add member Python file, right? Also add book Python file. So it is time to display our books from, we will get all books from database and display them here. This is first list box, and second list box, we will display details of our books, okay? So to that, what we need to do, here we need to go to main.py, okay? And here I will create a definition to increase my books. To that, what I need to do, I will say here def display books, okay? And here I need to say self, okay? And after that, here what I need to do, I need to get all my books from my database, right? Here I will say let's say books is equal to our queries short. So I will say here cursor dot execute, okay? My queries will be select star from my table name is book, right? So I will say books, right? And after that, what I need to do here, I need to use fetch all, okay? And now this function will return all the books from database, okay? We will return me. So what I need to do now, I want to add these books to my list box, right? To that, what I need to do, I need to use for loop, okay? For book in books, okay? And after that, here I will say self dot, but before that, let me show you something here. For example, if I say print book, okay? And but what I need to do, I need to call this function somewhere here, okay? Because here I need to say functions, okay? Display books, okay? And self. If I run my application now, I want to show you something. So now here Python returns for us, you see, this is our fetch all function, okay? Books actually. So it returns for us a tuple, right? The first one, second one, and so on. So if I want to get ID of my book, I need to say here book square bracket 0. This is because this first index, okay? For the name, by the way, I will get only for the first list box ID and name. So here what I need to say, I need to come here for loop, right? And if I want to add my list box, I need to say here self dot list box, okay? And insert, right? And here what I need to do, it says index. So for the index, I need to create another variable here, and I will say count, okay? Count is equal to 0, and the first one will be count, okay? And after that, here for the ID, what I need to say, I need to say ctr and book 0, okay? This is my ID. Why ctr? Because my ID is already an integer value, and I can only add to lists string values. That's why I need to convert it, okay? And also what I want to do, I want to use here a string, so dash and again plus my book name. My book name is at index 1, okay? Like that, very simple. And here use gaps like that, okay? And after that, each time what I need to do now, I need to raise my count value plus equals 1, okay? For the next one, for example, for this one, index will be 0, okay? For the next one, index will be count 1, and on my other book, that one. And for other one, in count will be 2, and here index will be 2, and my book ID and book name, okay? Now if I run my application, I can see my books. Let's do it. If I run main.py, so something wrong here, 19 and the self.list books, insert count ctr book, and here, because we need to use here parentheses, close parentheses, and that one is also needs this parenthesis, okay? Actually this one it doesn't need, but that one is for that one is fine. And here I need to remove this one. Okay, count CTR book. Okay, open close parenthesis plus string dash plus book 1. Okay, now it's fine. If I run my application, as you see now here, boom, our books is here. And but what I need to do, the first one is ID and second one is book name of book. So this is, as you see now, when I click my book, I don't see anything. So what I need to do, I need to here create click event for my details of my books. Okay, to that what I need to do here, I will go to somewhere here. Okay, and here, and I will say after for loop, and what I need to do now, I need to create here my single click event. Okay, so I will say self.list books. Okay, this is my list item, right? And I will use here bind method. Okay, and for the bind method I will say single quotes list box select. Okay, and here after that what I need to do, I need to create a function. I will say book info. Okay, to create my book info, what I need to do, I need to come here. Okay, and I will say def book info, and here I need to pass in event. Okay, and after that here what I will say, I need to get value of my book, right? Value is equals to ctr string self dot list books dot get, and here I will say self dot list books cur selection. Okay, and after that what I need to do now, here I need to say ID, right, equals value dot split, and I need to split by dash. Okay, so here I will say dash and the first index. Remember we already learned that one, what it means, right? And here I'm getting my value is my, for example here what I am listing, one dash crime and punishment, right? So this is the value, but I need to split my value by dash, and after that means I can get ID of my book. And here for the book I will say I need to go to my database to get all information of this book. Okay, and I will use ID, by the way, cursor dot execute, and I will say here select star from books, my table name, right? And I will say here where book ID equals question mark. Okay, and here I need to say here comma, and after that here ID, but again comma. Okay, don't forget that. And what is next? Now I need to say book info of my book, right, is equal to book dot fetch all. Okay, and now it's fine. I got all information from my database for my book info. Let's say print book info. So if I run my application, crime and punishment, right? So but I don't see anything here. Let's check our print statement is here, right? For this is our print statement, but here this is different. You see this is tuple, but this is list, and after that tuple. So if I want to get my book name, I need to say here book info index 0 and again after that index 1. Okay, and because this is a list and inside of this we have a tuple. Okay, that's why. So let me shrink this guy, and here what I will say, I need to here list my I need to here update my list details, right? So I will say self dot list details, my second list details dot insert and the first one is index, right? Index will be 0. Okay, now I know this is only for one book, so I don't need to create a count variable. And here I will say book, but book name, right? Book name, sorry, book name is will be, I don't need ID here, by the way, here plus book info, and 0, and second one is 1. Okay, this is for book name. And after that, here we can press here Control D for things we have. So that one is going to be index 1, index 2, index 3, and this is the outer. So I will say here outer, and that one is going to be 2, 3, and 4, and this one is page, let's say page size, or this one is, last one is language. Okay, so language. Okay, that's fine. Now let me run our application. Actually, we need to do also something else, taken or not, right? So crime and punishment, as you see now, it's here, crime and punishment. So but there will be a problem. I will now show it, and also I want to show here taken or not. Okay, our book is already borrowed or not. So how can I show it? It is our last field at our table, right? So here I can say if, and to use here if statement, because our default value for status, it was 0. Remember, let me open my database, and here books, browse. Now check it here, our status, right? Book status is 0, right, for all of them. So I need to check it here. If book info, and here this status is equals 0, that means this book is in my library. If it is 1, that means it is taken, right? So here what I will say, if if book info, that one is going to be 0, but for the status, book status, I need to say here after 4 or 5, okay, equals 0, that means it is in my library. Self dot list details dot insert, and this index will be 4, and I will say here status not taken. Okay, not taken, or in library, something, or available, doesn't matter, whatever you want. You can say available, not available. Let's say available is better. Available. And not, if not, that means this book is not available anymore. So self, it's list details dot insert, and again my index is 4, and comma, here I will say status and not available. Okay, great. So if I run my application now again, crime and punishment, status available, DaVinci Code. So I will now, if we have also another problem, you see now for the first one is okay, but this is crime and punishment series here, and the other one is book name is origin is here. Each time when I click this list box, you see I see all the informations, right, the other books before I clicked. So how can I solve this problem? To do that, we need to come here and say we need to delete our list details, okay, each time, and I need to do it here, okay, before adding my details. So I will say here simply self.list details that delete from first characters until end. That's all. And now everything is fine. Just click crime and punishment. Book name is this one, outer page, language, status is available, because all of them is now their book status is 0, right? So DaVinci Code, you see I delete the first one, first record, and now this is for DaVinci Code. Origin and origin, Cyberstorm and Cyberstorm, the positive, the power of positive energy is also here. So for this lesson, that's all. See you in the next.